Okay. Everybody enjoying, yeah? No struggle. But was that day before yesterday? Somebody did ask me, you're struggling. Huh? Joy. Yeah. Buddhas and bodhisattvas, essential message really is, life can be joyful, can be peaceful, can be joyful, virtuous, then, ultimately blissfully exists. That really is essential message. You don't have to be miserable like this. See? Actually, right? Yeah. I remember seeing, I think it was Professor Robert Thurman once says, he was saying, Buddha was the one who discovered great bliss, he said. He put it nicely. Yeah. Yeah, you can really say that because Buddhahood is a state of great bliss. Yeah. And because of that, complete compassion is there too, It's natural. When you have, infinite bliss, is very natural, then you can see, mind is very clear. Buddha's mind is not just clear, completely clear, perfectly clear, Buddha knows every one of us, each and every one of us, we have Buddha nature, potential Buddha. And when people are, those sentient beings are suffering, there's spontaneous, natural compassion coming from that perfect bliss and that perfect wisdom. Yeah. See? That's the great compassion. And yeah, enlightened bodhisattvas all have that. Yeah. You see, I keep on telling you that good news is, even in confused, lost, ordinary sentient being, potential for compassion is there, And your happiness is tied with that compassion, generating that compassion, You see? Yeah. The research, brain research, researchers have found out that people's daily life experience, happiness is tied with gratitude, You know. So I was so happy to hear that news. And then I theorized that, this is my own personal theory, that, in our Mahamudra tradition, our lineage tradition, guru devotion is ultimately important, sincere, some kind of like complete faith and devotion, complete trust like that. Very important. They're a very important part of your mind becoming pure. You see? And so I realized that this so-called gratitude training, the guru devotion is ultimate gratitude training. And then this is the thing, And then from there, your own ultimate goodness come from. And then it's the same time, this gratitude is also towards other sentient being, mother sentient being. People have hard time expressing gratitude, but you see, if you don't know anything about enlightened lineage and guru devotion, well, at least do it with others who are good to you, help you, your mothers, fathers, whoever. Be grateful, have gratitude. Start gratitude, meaning real love and compassion. Yeah. You know, when people lack empathy, everything goes wrong, you see? Just too self-centered, too much. You know, you didn't think about the other side. Difficult. And then you have to fight it, you know? Kill each other and die like this, you know? Difficult. You don't show any empathy, sympathy, empathy, and then, you know, hurt other. And when others fight back, I've had some people who explain to me, like, you know, very mean to others and say mean things. No, I just told the truth, they said. Didn't realize that's a mean thing to say, you know. No. Justify still by saying, no, I told the truth. Insulted the other person with whatever, you know, maybe a shortcoming other person has. And then the other person got upset, and then like, oh, he got upset. I said that, he got upset. And then I'm the witness, you know, third person. Of course, you insulted him. No, I told him the truth is. Justify, you know. And then, and then make a story that I don't understand why he's upset, you know. Yeah, like that. I mean, just an example nowadays, ego trapped in everything, illusion, delusion, all this, you know. Committed sin out of delusion, not understanding there's nothing to hold on to, you know. Example of dream world, you see, very good. In the dream, you're upset, angry, and hold any sense, make any sense. You're fighting in dream, you know, like this, right? Understand? You know? Yeah. Yeah. Amazing thing is human birth, you know, like communication is possible. Buddha had communicated to us only in human realm, you see. Other forms is difficult, you know, difficult. Somehow communication is possible, you know. Enlightened Buddhas communicated to, you know, everyone, and then all these great enlightened bodhisattvas bring that communication to us, you know. So, message of enlightened message is still alive. That's the amazing part, you know. Look, we have about 8 billion people in planet Earth, you know. Follower of the Buddha Dharma is not the how do you say, population-wise, not the biggest. Maybe you know, we're like 5, 6 down, you know, something like that. But and then even among followers of Buddha Dharma, very, very few practice pure Dharma like this. You see, you know, you're all doing Nyungne, very special from that point of view. Yeah, very few. You see, people willing to do real practice like this. You know. Yeah, yeah. One of the sad thing among, say, like Tibetan people, majority Tibetans. I mean, I would say 99%. Maybe number is higher, 99 point something. You know, not every Tibetans are Buddhists, by the way. I do know. 99% or so Buddhist, but very few people really cherish Dharma practice. So much caught up in samsara, just material thing, you know. And and some of them will think like they do understand Dharma is precious, and then their plan is, I will do some Dharma when I retire, my retirement days. You know, right now I need to make money and all those kind of caught up, you know, excuses like that. Yeah, and then people don't accumulate merit, then you know, it's difficult. You know? Yeah, yeah. Dharma society, people don't cherish Dharma, don't accumulate merit, then you know, collective karma kind of goes downhill. That's exactly what happened to the Tibetans, I believe. I remember back in the 80s, late 80s, Taisiddha Rinpoche was in Los Angeles one time, and I visited him, and he was had some project, and I remember what he was doing. He was, Taisiddha Rinpoche he's an artist too. He can paint, Thangka painting and so. So he was designing his temple. His temple design work was doing something. I still remember that down in Los Angeles. There's a street called Crescent Heights, in La Brea and Crescent Heights area. There's one building there, and he was staying there. I was fairly new here, and every street I went, I was paying attention. I kind of remember, oh, this street name is this, and this is this. Los Angeles city. I've been there a long time. I'm very familiar with the city of Los Angeles. Anyway, there, and I visited and Taisiddha Rinpoche, I had a lot of conversation on all kinds of things. One time, I told Taisiddha Rinpoche, thinking, 36, 7, 8 years ago, Tibetan status was very, very poor, very difficult. Everybody is not easy, materially poor, difficult. And I remember feeling kind of bad for Tibetans, And I told Taisiddha Rinpoche, Tibetan people don't have sonam, Sonam means merit, virtuous karma, virtuous power of virtue, lack of that, lack of spirit, meritorious deed. The fact that Tibetan people are suffering, a little poor, not enough merit, good karma merit we're talking about. Okay? And then Taisiddha Rinpoche said, merit is something you can accumulate, but they don't accumulate. This is it. Then they don't accumulate merit. Yeah. People, this is my point. People don't really do. Yeah. And then I think when things are very difficult, it's kind of like downhill, very difficult. When life is hard, then not only people have courage and merit to do right thing, but then they think the do wrong thing is the thing that they need to do. More lying, cheating, and ripping off is the one you need to do at a difficult time like this, instead of thinking like, oh no, I'm not going to do this. No, I have to lie, I have to cheat, I have to rip off somebody, otherwise how am I going to survive? This that kind of logic, when things are difficult, huh? Yeah. How does my teaching sound like? Yeah, like that. Merit. You see, one Nyungne, merit, one Nyungne, how much merit you have, how much purification you have. Enormous. This is the thing. You have to accumulate. Buddhahood, perfect state of Buddhahood, perfection of Buddhahood is product of perfect accumulation of merit. Yeah. See? Perfect purification, perfect accumulation. That's byproduct of that is Buddha. See? Like that. So continually, trying to accumulate meritorious deed and spiritual deed. Yeah. Virtuous deed, power of virtue. Dharma is so precious. There's so many skillful ways to accumulate so much merit. For instance, like offering, merit from offering, material offering, limited offerings. But then there are all kinds of skillful ways. Offering through your mind, pure thought, pure imagination, para imagination, visualization, you know, of offering to the Buddhas, helping all beings, and also accumulate so much merit. Like I was also mentioning about the chut thing, you see, just power of visualization again, just giving your body away, so much merit also, like that. Yeah. As far as physical gift, physical generosity, gift, and so on, is concerned, Milarepa said, in the realm of where there is no more ego clinging, grasping, there comes in it. That's the final stage of practice of generosity. You cling on nothing totally. You had already totally let it go. There's nothing to give anymore. Giver, gift, and object to whom you're giving is all, emptiness. And you have arrived at that stage that you no longer grasp onto self, then, at that moment when you have perfect gift. In other words, it's like that, in offering, we have offering. In Tantric ceremonies, we have offering. The first offering is material offering, physical offering, real as well as imaginary offering, real, flower, incense, lamp, and food, music, and all kinds of stuff, material offering. And then imaginary, visualization offering, all kinds of beautiful things, Yeah. Those are physical offering, okay? Then, actually it's called not just physical, but it's called external offering. The correct terminology in Dharma is called external offering or physical offering, that you externally, physically do things. And then there's one step higher, deeper level of offering. It's called offering of inner offering. Now, external, inner offering. Inner offering is 5 meats and 5 nectar. And these are meats that are, generally considered kind of gross, dead, dead animals. 5 meats. 5 meats are, by the way, cow, dog, horse, elephant, and then human, I think. Yeah, 5 meats. That's, visualization of 5 meats. And then 5 nectars is like urines and so on, all so-called disgusting stuff. And these are offering. Now, much deeper understanding. Yogi practitioner in Tantric path. This is only in Tantra, not in general Buddhist teaching, okay? Only such offering only exists in Tantric level of practice. And this yogi now start to understand it's a training of mind. There's no such thing called impure phenomena exists anymore. Yeah. So this is very important training as far as transformation is concerned. Very important training. If there's a, pure and conceptual idea grasping onto, this is, how do you say, kind of pure that I like, and this is something impure, is disgusting, I don't like, then you are trapped there. You see, tantric practitioners have understood. You have to go beyond that. There's no such thing, and the reason is because you have to break through that. That's why these are part of the offering. Really have to break through them. And the truth is, ultimately, there's no such thing called ugliness and disgustingness exists. Ultimately, it doesn't exist. This is why you have to train, uh, like this, slow, slow. This is called inner offering. Then third one is called secret offering, external offering, inner offering, secret offering. Secret offering is offering, it's great bliss. Offering secret is, again, this is only in Tantra, very secret Tantra. And the secret offering is uh, offering of orgasm, that which comes from a union, you know. Now, this offering is bliss and emptiness. Okay, again, you have to understand emptiness nature of that, and then it's a union of that. Okay, that's the third level offering, and it's very important offering. See, then finally the fourth offering. Fourth offering is called offering beyond all offering. Offering beyond. Offering beyond is offering of understanding of ultimately, you know, everything is nothingness. Yeah. Finally, you say, you offer the greatest understanding now. Yeah. Ultimate truth. You go beyond all this thing. And finally, that's the highest offering. Yeah. Or in our Mahamudra terminology, you would also say, you offer understanding a Mahamudra state of everything. Yeah. Like that. Okay. Yeah. So that's the fourth offering. Offering, it's called offering beyond offering, sometime. And then it's also called ultimate offering. Yeah. And things like that, you see. So these different ways of accumulating merit and like that, profound ways of accumulating merit. Yeah, and then as far as merit, many different skillful ways of accumulating merit. In tantric ceremony, among tantric ceremonies, one of the most profound ceremony in accumulation of merit is considered feast offering. Tsok offering that we do. It's supposed to be one of the most advanced way of accumulating merit. Feast, things like that. Yeah, I guess that will do for today. By the way, Susan, you had a question this morning. You still have?
Question from this morning is, some people give their body to medical tools when they die. I assume that is virtuous since it's helping train doctors, but the requirement is to pick up the body within 24 hours of death. So could that cause problems? I'm thinking about how subtle consciousness may linger in the body for up to 3 days, and maybe being sliced up could harm the person in the Bardo transition.
I think that depends on the individual person's state of mind. If person is really not attached, then it's probably okay. Yeah. Generally, people will will have a lot of attachment, and then before consciousness depart your body, and it was disturbed, then consciousness comes out and sees, and if you see its body being cut and things like that, consciousness see, it might be disturbed, because a lot of attachment, that's a part of the problem. Disturbed, and then Bardo will be more disturbed because of my body was cut by somebody type of thing, Um, but if you're not attached, good practitioner Dharma, then maybe like, okay, yeah, I'm dead. I donated my body. They want to do something, it's okay. Maybe it could be like that too. Yeah. For that to happen, person probably have to be a very good practitioner or a very, very unselfish person. Truly kind and very willing. Yeah. Generally, maybe if you have decided for somebody else, that's a difficult one. Maybe better not. You don't want to. Usually people come and ask you, your relatives, so like, oh, somebody accidentally died, would you donate body for organ donation, this, that, then not good idea. You shouldn't give consent, I think. Yeah. Because it could potentially hurt person's pardo state very much. Yeah.
Another question. Um, in some deity practice, has both self-visualized and front-visualized deity. Some sadhanas only have front or self-visualized one. Could you teach the reasons behind that? Thank you.
Well, there are different kinds of practices. Um, Usually, like your individual retreat practice is self-deity, mostly, no front visualization. Front visualization is in the context of, it's called mandala offering practice, and that only you do at the end of when you finish your self-practice. Um, that's 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 kind of what it is. And then we're here group practice. This is like mandala practice. That's why we have self and front and everything. And then if there are ceremonies, there's only front only and no self, then it could be just a Kriya Tantra practice, things like that. Yeah. And the Kriya Tantra alone, mm, I mean, mm, um, what I mean is, just the Kriya Tantra level practice, uh, pure Kriya Tantra practice, no self generation. It's only front. Yeah, like that. So could be one of those prior to practice, like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think so.